Welcome into Good Morning KU. My name's Nick Cousin.
And I'm Lauren Davidson.
So, Lauren, we had a shooting on Sunday night. It was very, I should say, we don't know much information, but it was by Naismith, and that's where I live, so it's kind of scary because they told us to all stay inside because one of the victims was getting airlifted to Kansas City from Lawrence High. What else do you know about it?
I just heard it was a very intense situation, not a lot of facts have been confirmed yet, which is a little nerve-wracking to me to not know who's involved or what's going on. I got a text, and that was almost an hour after it happened, so that was a scary situation because I could have been walking around there and I wouldn't have known anything unless I saw the cops. So that's a little nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah, it was right behind the rec center apparently, and like they put the rec center they told everyone to stay inside the rec center as well, and it was just scary because nobody knows a lot of information because the Kansan said that the police report's not really releasing anything at the time. We don't know the victims' names or the accusers' names. They just said that they were wearing certain clothing. I think it was a gray hoodie,
dark colored
clothes.
Yeah.
So,
good news though was that one of the victims was released from the hospital, so that's good to hear. And now they have confirmed that none of the victims have life-threatening injuries anymore, which is
great. Good thing.
It's great to hear.
Definitely a good thing.
So.
And 2 of them were KU students, correct?
Yes,
yeah.
2 of the victims were KU students, which that's scary.
That is scary.
People who we
that
go to school
that could have been
with.
us. We could know the shooters. We don't know.
Yeah.
But on a happier note, the basketball game's tonight against Texas Tech. What should we look forward to in that game?
Well, hopefully we can look forward to a big comeback after a loss for KU. The very disappointing loss.
That was very sad on Saturday. We were all very depressed. So
hopefully,
and the women's team lost too. So
both teams,
both women's men and basketball, were just
rough day for KU basketball.
So hopefully they can get back on track tonight. Yeah. It's at Texas Tech on the road. It's always good to win a road game in your conference. Texas Tech is very young, but they beat Iowa State, so you can't overlook them. They're still pretty good. So
they always play tough at home. So
the Big 12 is the best basketball conference in my opinion. I don't know about you, but
I would give it that. Yeah. I would, but hopefully Brendan Green can use his fire right now with his
hit those open threes.
All the threes that we can get, we'll take them.
So after the break, we will have people from Chi Omega and another sorority.
Alpha Chi Omega.
Yeah, there we go. You're in a sorority. Tell us about sorority life, I guess.
Sorority life it can be exciting. There are also, some things that I don't look forward to as much. It's very time consuming, a lot more than most people think. We have chapter every week, we have philanthropies, we have different things that we have to do weekly. And so that's hard to do, but that's part of college life. You have to learn how to manage your time, and so that's good. But there are also perks of being in a sorority. It's part of the Greek life. You're part of a smaller community within the larger KU community. So it's a great thing to be a part of. I'm proud of it.
That's great. That's great. Good to hear. I'm not in a frat or anything, but that's not me. But after the break, we'll be back with our guests.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Johanna Hecht, and I am here with Rachel Bender. Hello.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. So, Rachel, what is your title within Alpha Chi Omega?
I am the Vice President of Philanthropy, so I oversee all of our philanthropy events and all of our community service things that we do.
Okay, so what do you guys have going on this week?
So this week, nationally, is Alpha Chi Omega's Healthy Relationship Week, and so because our philanthropy is domestic violence awareness, what we do is we promote domestic violence awareness by kind of being out there saying, like, our slogan for Alpha Chi is "Love is," and then we give a definition. So we're taking pictures, and things like that, and promoting domestic violence awareness.
Convenient that Valentine's Day is this weekend as well, so
Yeah.
lots of love in the air. And so what organization are you planning to focus on specifically within Lawrence?
What Alpha Chi, our chapter, does at KU is we always, all our proceeds for all our events and our promotion is really tailored to the Willow Domestic Violence Center, which is here in Lawrence. So everything's very local and very personal, which we really like. We make cards for them throughout the year, Valentine's Day cards, things like that. So that's our specific.
That's awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about the Willow Domestic Violence Center?
So the Willow is a center, private location where women are able to go with their children and kind of escape if they're in an unhealthy relationship and go somewhere where they feel safe and comfort. And so throughout the year, we donate things to them to help them feel comfortable and more at home.
Awesome. So how do you plan on continuing to promote this organization even after this week?
So after this week, we always continue to talk about the Willow, how to raise funds to the Willow, things like that. But what we're going to be doing on March 11th this year is our Mr. Alpha Chi pageant, which is we'll get different males to compete in a pageant with talent and this, and we'll also do a question round, which it could be very tailored towards domestic violence trivia kind of things to get people aware of it, and all of the funds for that go to the Willow. So it's $5 a ticket, and it's in Woodruff Auditorium, so we'll hopefully make a lot of funds.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, and we're going to take a break and be right back.
All right, well, welcome back, KU. I am Joshua Robinson, and here with me I have Camille Douglas.
Hi.
She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha, the Delta chapter. How are you doing, Camille?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Well, we are very happy to have you today.
Good.
And this weekend is the Centennial for the Delta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha. So how are you feeling about it? How's everything going with it so far?
It's been a lot of planning. We've been planning this for probably over a year now, and I'm the Centennial chairman, so
Wow.
This has been my baby taken on, and it's been a lot of work, but we're so excited and we're ready for Friday.
Well, I feel like the whole campus is excited. And so, Camille, oh my gosh. So what about the weekend is so exciting this weekend?
Well, so we're the 4th chapter of AKA, and so this is the first, we're the first undergraduate chapter on this side of the Mississippi to be chartered. 100 continuous years here at KU, and we're actually the 8th sorority to do that, the first Black Greek letter organization to do that. And so just so much rich history and so many people have come through Delta chapter. And it's just exciting to see everybody come back.
So what's one cool event that you're excited about for this weekend?
I wouldn't say there's a particular event that I'm excited about. I'm excited to see all of the alumni come down. We have a bunch of people coming down sharing stories and memories. We're having a gala dinner, so we're getting all dressed up in our fancy gear. It's kind of like the prom again.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that, to get all girly again.
Well, perfect. So what can someone do if they want to get involved with this weekend?
So we are actually hosting the drink special for the month at the Eldridge and the Oriad. So on Martini night or any night of the week, if you order the pink stiletto, it tastes like a chocolate-covered strawberry. It's really delicious. A part of the proceeds go to the Willow Domestic Violence Center in our name.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Camille, for stopping by. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And if you want to know more about the Delta chapter, you can follow them on Twitter at Delta Chapter AKA. When we return, we'll have the news.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Hi, I'm Jack Graham.
And I'm Haley McGavick. This is your Tuesday Good Morning KU News Update. The state of Alabama has become the latest to issue marriage licenses to gay couples. The state Supreme Court this morning denied the state Attorney General's request to block the move. Alabama is the 37th state to allow gay marriage.
Bruce Jenner is again in the news. This time it's for a car accident he caused that led to the death of an elderly woman. Jenner's black Cadillac Escalade allegedly ran into the back of a car driven by a 69-year-old Californian, knocking the car into traffic where the woman's car was then struck by another vehicle. Jenner, who was not injured, passed a field sobriety test, but police said that phone records would be searched to see if he was texting at the time of the crash.
While watching the Grammys, it's all about the dresses, who wins, who doesn't, and the extravagant performances. But during Miranda Lambert's performance, there was a bigger issue. Fox Entertainment News reports that the show had to censor her lyrics so a swear word was not heard on live TV. Luckily, they were able to cut that out before it was on national airways.
The renowned friendliness of Minnesotans again lives up to its reputation. The Associated Press writes that a 3-month-old kitten was stolen from a pet store in Minneapolis, but was then returned the next day with an apology letter. The writer said that he wanted to give the kitten as a Valentine's Day gift, but didn't have enough money.
On Thursday, former Kansas Governor Kathleen Sebelius makes an appearance at the Dole Institute of Politics to be interviewed about her life in Kansas politics and presidential appointment in Washington. On the same night, the Student Union activities will be hosting comedian and Parks and Rec star Nick Offerman at the Lead Center. Tickets have been on sale for this event since late October. Both events start at 7:30 p.m.
And that'll wrap it up for the news. Stay tuned, and after a short break, Dallas will be here with sports.
Now first, for the NCAA sports, on Saturday, February 7th, North Carolina Tar Heel legend Dean Smith passed away at the age of 83. Smith won 2 national championships during his span at North Carolina and also won a gold medal in the 1976 Olympics. Smith's tenure at North Carolina lasted 36 years, starting in 1961 and ending in 97. Smith originated in Emporia, Kansas, played his college basketball career here at KU, and was the assistant coach for KU before he went to coach for North Carolina. He'll be greatly missed. The University of Kansas basketball team suffered its 4th loss of the season on Saturday, the 7th, when they lost to Oklahoma State with a score of 67-62. Oklahoma State beat out Kansas in free throw shooting, going 20 for 26 from the line, as Kansas went 10 for 19. The leading scorer for Kansas is Wayne Selden Jr. with 15 points, and Perry Ellis had 10 boards on the night. Other key scorers for the Jayhawks were Brandon Green, Frank Mason, and Perry Ellis, who all put up 10. Kansas had a 9-point lead to start the second half, but was outscored 37-21 in the second half. This was jump-started by Oklahoma State's Nash, who scored a total of 18 points on the game. With the loss, Kansas dropped to 9th seed in the nation, but Kansas is still first in the Big 12 Conference, sitting at 19-4 on the season and 8-2 in the Big 12. KU's next game is tonight at Texas Tech, who is 500 on the season. Tip-off is at 8 p.m. on Texas Tech's home court. Now on the girls' side of the ball, Kansas girls basketball team hosted Oklahoma State on Saturday and lost with a score of 65-57. Kansas's Gardner put up 18 points on the game, and Boyd ended up with 12 rebounds in the loss to OK State. Girls are now 13-11 on the season and a 4-7 record in the Big 12. Team will go head-to-head in a Big 12 battle tonight as they face the West Virginia Lady Mountaineers, who are 5th in the Big 12. Tip is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, for professional basketball, Blake Griffin recently came up with a staph infection, which took him out for the equation for the 2015 All-Star Game, leaving Portland Trailblazers' Damian Lillard to replace him in the 2015 Western Conference lineup. Griffin will be out 4 to 6 weeks due to the infection, and the Clippers lost to Oklahoma City 131-108 on Sunday the 8th, but bounced back to beat the Mavericks last night with a score of 115-98. LA Clippers' Chris Paul was fined $25,000 on Saturday for public criticism of officiating, according to the NBA officials. The controversy occurred after a confrontation with a female referee during the 105-94 loss to the Cavaliers. According to the NBA, Paul's comment did not refer to her gender, but due to the rate of play. Now, the Atlanta Hawks held off the Minnesota Timberwolves 117-105 last night in Minnesota. Hawks are still ranked first in the East, and the Timberwolves have the second worst record in the league. Al Horford was the leading scorer for the Hawks as he dropped 28 on the night, but Paul Millsap was all over the stat sheets. He had 19 points, 9 boards, and 7 assists. The Hawks' next game is tomorrow night against the Boston Celtics. Now in the West, 41-9 Golden State Warriors defeated the Philadelphia 76ers with a score of 89-84. Warriors still retain possession of the best team in the West, and they have the best record in the NBA. The only team close in the West is the Grizzlies, who are 3.5 games behind the Warriors and the Splash Brothers. Now to close off the day, Monday morning, former Kansas City Royals ace James Shields signed a contract with the San Diego Padres to a 4-year deal that is worth up to $76 million. Shields went 27-17 during his tenure with the Royals and had a 3.18 ERA during that 2-year span. He was also a big part of the team when they went to the 2014 World Series against the Giants. Here are some honorable mentions throughout 2015 during the signings. And that is all with sports. We'll be back with Haley and Ben for the weather right after this break.
Hi, welcome back. We've got Ben on top of the Union to give us our forecast for this week. What's it look like up there, Ben?
Hey guys, how's it going? We're here on the top of the Union right now, looking at a pretty beautiful day here on campus. Temperatures are at about 33 degrees right now with winds at about 7 miles an hour. But it's going to warm up, so at about 3 o'clock we'll be looking at about 55-degree temperatures, but until then you might be wanting to wear a jacket on your way to class.
Okay, that's great. Well, what about the rest of the week? What can we be expecting?
Well, for the rest of the week, we're going to be looking at upper 30s and lower 40s, so kind of a lot like today, nothing too warm. Might need to keep that jacket on, but other than that, it's shaping up to be a pretty beautiful week.
Okay, and what about Valentine's Day, so I can plan accordingly what to wear out?
Absolutely. Well, you might need to ask that special someone to take you into a restaurant so you can stay inside, because we're looking at about 37 as a high, so nothing too warm, but you might be looking to stay inside for Valentine's Day.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Ben.
Absolutely.
And that'll wrap it up for today's show. Tune in tomorrow, same time, we'll be back. Thanks for watching.